everything else we can do. We pick our leaders now. We vote for our leaders at the beginning of every Congress. We vote, you know, new members of Congress decide who the speaker's going to be. I think you do the same thing with every other committee chair, trash the seniority system, and we'll get rid of earmarks, the bad spending, the corruption. Will have a marked effect on all this. I think you have to handle it.
Yeah, as a junior congressman, we send you to Washington. How are you going to be able to ally with other people with a seniority basis, you know, that's in place? Are you going to try to stop all this? I mean, you're just one. I mean, are you going to be able to be influential enough to, you know, ally with some senior people, get some bills passed to make this change?
I've seen it done in the old system. I've seen it done in the old system. I've seen one person, my former boss, Graham Rudman. You know, Warren Rudman, Graham Rudman legislation. These are getting some great things done. I've seen it done. There are people down there who are thinking like this, who are just in the extreme minority. So two things need to happen. One is, we all need to work very hard to increase the size of the majority that will go down, people who are thinking this way. So that it isn't just one person, it's several, and then it is a movement. But secondly, I deeply believe that we do need to trash the seniority system because, look, I know what to do about turning manufacturing around. I know how to help. I've got all this experience now. I think I should be able to bring it to bear when I get there. I think I should be able to compete for a committee chair role the moment I get there. You're right, I can't do that. But it doesn't take anything other than the leaders to recognize that that's the will of the people to change it. So I think that needs to be part of what we talk about on this campaign trail. I'm not keeping good track, but I think he was next.
Good evening. My name is Douglas Cowan. I'm running for state rep in Raymond. First time for Tea Party for a long. Couple questions for you. What are you going to do about the appeal to remove the gay marriage in America? Number two is, what are you going to do about the small towns who have no public transportation, but there are people that do not drive at all? Now, I'm not talking about young kids, I'm saying adults that do not have transportation because of disability. And they want to get shopping and be as independent as they can without having to go to independent G-Cell up in Concord, but able to get to Epping to go to Walmart or the Moors. What are you going to do about those issues?
And the first issue, without knowing specifically what the legislation is, I believe marriage is between a man and a woman, and I would support that. I would vote for that. On transportation, I believe this is one more example where government often gets in the way. I believe the entrepreneurial spirit of America holds the key to two things: transportation and energy. Right now, we've got a Department of Transportation and a Department of Energy that too often get in the way. So I don't want to tell you as a member of Congress that I'm going to micromanage transportation infrastructure here to solve a particular problem, but what I am going to do is micromanage out of business the parts of the Department of Transportation that compete with the private sector and keep its innovation down and keep real solutions from coming to the table. So,
there were a set of changes that you have to take it in. And the problem with that is that we're talking about this right now because the wave happens to be supporting that way of thinking. Sooner or later, the wave will go down, the other side will come up, come right back in the way it was before. So here's a long-term solution of changing these things in Congress that just going to change it right back. There has to be something with more teeth to keep these guys from going the way their nature says they should go, which is spending money, bribing,
yeah, I agree with you. Teeth is good, but again, there's no better teeth than accountability to the people, and that is what is missing.
It is the people's responsibility, but for people. And you get busy and you're living your life and you don't pay attention, you got somebody down there, that's what you got to represent them for.
Yeah, well, exactly.
There are good representatives and there are also.
Right.
You know, there are charlatans and bums. And you can see that every time the tenor of the political climate changes, everybody gets up on their deck chairs on this side, runs over to the other side, because they think that's the way it's going.
Yeah, and again, without getting too much into process solutions, I do believe right now, leaders, politicians are paying attention to the wave you're talking about. They really are. And you're right. We'll die down, and then we'll go back to the world. Part of the job description should be, and I'm not sure if I heard of it, but it really does need to be the short leash that the people keep on their legislators. That short leash is now one of those dog leashes that's on this little spool and it goes way out and wind it up and bring it back in. I mean, that's where we are now. In order to see Carol Shea Porter, you have to go to a town meeting. And you may or may not get in. Well, I was brought up, the two men that I worked for had office hours in the offices in New Hampshire. And if any of you wanted to, you could set up an appointment. Not because you have a federal case or a problem, you could set up an appointment. And I believe it's that kind of accessibility that keeps us all honest. It's that kind of accessibility that we don't have right now. I think that we let it slip. Ultimately, everything is up to us. You know, even though I believe we need to hold our legislators to a higher standard, it's up to us. And that's why the burden is on us right now to work hard and make some changes. But I think if we make the right changes, we'll be able to trust our government. I think that's true. So.
Okay, I'm just moving quick, but I'm not that quick. To his question about how will you handle Washington as a movie, I would like to see you put a bumper sticker on your car that says Tea Party USA, and all the other newbies that are backed by Tea Party will say, let's get together with that dude. When you say the Democrats did, when they say the Republicans did, and the truth of it is, both parties have been kind of stomping on us for a lot of years, and you no longer respect us. So to stand there and say the Republicans made a mess, the Democrats made a mess, it's like the country is just a football game. Well, we all pointed you on this one, you all pointed us on that. Who really cares? It's what's behind all this. I think that's it. I just found out today that there's a new federal law that says if I decide to sell my house to my son or a tenant or anybody, it's now illegal. Now you have to go through school and become a broker to sell your house and hold the mortgage. And to get that, you have to go to school, file for applications, take tests. It will stop the average person from selling his house to somebody he wants to sell it to and hold the mortgage. That's what the federal law is doing. It's called like boiling people. If you took boiling water and stuck a person in it, they would yell and scream and fight and kick it. But if you put them in warm water and turn that heat up slow, they would still get boiled to death. And that's what's happening. Right now, our federal government is a train wreck in there now, but this has been going on for 40, 50 years. Where little by little, our rights are being taken away. We can't sell our house to the person we want to and hold our own mortgage anymore. I just found that out today. That's a federal law, not a state law. Okay, so this is the boiling people thing. I only have 3 questions. Simple ones. Thousands, even tens of thousands, foreign nationals disrespecting our flag, breaking our laws, marching in our streets, waving their flag, demanding that we give them entitlements. That's question 1. What would you do on that? What's this thing that big business, pharmaceuticals, insurance, banks are allowed to contribute funds to candidates through the GOP, DNC, which gives them undue control of our Congress? The last one, political correctness has trumped the Constitution, common sense, and American morality. What would you do with those 3 issues?
The last one.
Correctness, being politically correct, has taken over common sense and the Constitution. Its political correctness is this 3% wants this. This 15% wants all the books taken out of our school if they're conservative. What would you do about that?
Not much when it comes to schools.